What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 510th episode of the Pokemon Podcast. It's super effective. I'm your host, Steve. With me is Greg.
Hello. We're in a new space. It's a new experience. It's a new everything. It's exciting. I'm in a basement.
It's not a basement. It's a studio.
In a basement.
True. A basement studio.
I had to go downstairs.
Okay.
Anytime you go downstairs, it's a basement.
Okay.
If you start on the 5th floor, everything below is a basement.
Got it. Will also here.
And with prescience, I will announce right now that Steve and Greg did not make it back from Boston. I will be your new host going forward into the future. That's a new era for this podcast. But
Rip us.
Yeah, we're recording this early because Greg and I will be at PAX. I'm sure it was a great time. I'm sure.
Look, I have a list of people that I already have to try to figure out how to fit them into my schedule. So
in memoriam, a little too much fun for both of you boys.
I'm sure PAX was great. I'm sure.
You say this with such a heavy heart, like we were going to have the absolute worst time of
You've
our
obviously
lives.
never been to PAX with Steve before.
I've been to PAX with Steve.
That's
before.
true. Yeah, we had that good pizza.
The only good part about that trip was the pizza. The rest of that was a hot garbage.
We had the great panel. And then,
Yes.
and then a bunch of people came up after the panel and talked to us.
Yes.
And then I had to go to that Twitch meeting.
Correct.
And I was foolish, and I decided to walk, and it was very hot, and I didn't realize it was uphill. Did I ever tell the story on the podcast? When I got to that meeting,
maybe.
it was at a
Yes.
brewery, and the Twitch people were like, "Oh, yeah, it's on the house. Like, get whatever you want, put it on the house." I was like, "I just want like a Sprite or a water." And I went up to the counter at the brewery, and I was like, "Hey, can I just get a water?" And they were like, "Oh, we don't have water.
Mm-hmm.
We have
That's how they get you.
they had carbonated water, but no one wants that."
What? Everybody wants carbonated water. It's bubbly and delightful in your
no.
mouth.
I believe we have a whole channel in the Slack dedicated
Dedicated to carbonated
waters.
water. Thank you very much.
No. So I ended up getting, that was like the first beer I've had in like 10 years, and I took like 2 sips of it. But the 2 ladies behind the counter, they were very excited to be like, "Oh, taste test."
Taste test.
And I was like, no taste test. I just wanted like
I think that was the Saturday I went and met Jeremy for a while because you abandoned me.
Yeah.
You were like, "Oh, I gotta go."
I went from the Twitch thing to like another Twitch thing.
And I was like, I
sounds
guess
about right.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm wandering Seattle on my own, but luckily I know people.
yeah, you do. You know way more people than I do. You're very social. We got some news here for you guys today. Surprisingly, very weird news this week.
Is this an article from the 90s?
How
Are
is
you
it
pulling it
different
back?
from any other week?
Well, usually it's like Pokemon Go, Sword and Shield. Where do we start?
Charizard sending man to jail.
Charizard sending man to jail.
The
Yeah.
Minnesotans breaking through walls to steal Pokemon merchandise.
That was a highlight. Bread.
Yeah. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, we're obviously in a studio. If you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, it might sound a little bit different because
We're in a studio.
we're in a studio. So we're trying this. So if the audio is weird or not what you're used to or whatever, we're trying it. It's good. We're excited to be here.
Change is a part of life, and we are excited for it.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, you're never excited for anything.
You
so,
got that right.
Like, I don't know, that the change would be you being excited.
Not this time.
I want to start off with kind of not really that weird, but a very niche market here. This is off TechCrunch. Samsung is making a Pokemon phone.
Oh, yeah. It's the only time that I've actually thought, oh, I don't want an iPhone.
Goodbye, Apple.
Well, so it's Pokemon themed. Obviously, it is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, which I think I used for that Pokemon Unite tournament that Twitch sent me. Because it did fold in half, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, can
You did.
I keep this phone?
No, you
And they were
cannot.
like, no, you have to send this back. But they let me keep the other, $40 Samsung phone they sent me. Unfortunately, as it turns out, this phone will only be available in South Korea. I'm sure you can import
You can
it. Yeah.
import it for $50,000.
It's supposed to look like a Pokedex. That's if you're trying to imagine what it looks like. It's
Which
gonna,
Pokedex? They all look different.
Well,
I'm assuming Gen 1, because that's the only one that everybody refers
true.
to.
Yeah, it comes in a very fancy box. It looks like it comes with one of those key rings. And it also comes with a pop socket. It comes with a keychain. It comes with the original Pokedex case And then it comes with Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu, Snorlax, and Mew stickers as well. I don't see a price here. It says that it'll be available on April 25th. I mean, sorry, I do see a price. It's $1,000 unlocked.
I was like, there's got to be a price.
Is that U.S. dollars or Korean?
Is it translated?
It is, TechCrunch is not being specific.
No, way to go, TechCrunch. Okay, I ordered a Pokedex thing.
Excuse me?
So I saw on TikTok. TikTok is a bad thing.
No.
Somebody sent me a TikTok thing
You're
of
clearly on the wrong TikTok.
Somebody sent me a video of a Switch game cartridge holder that looks like a Pokedex. And I thought, cool, I want that. So I went on Amazon, and Amazon said, here it is for $10, and we can get it to you before you leave. I'm like, perfect, because I have to take Switch games flying. So I order it. Yesterday, I got this message from Amazon that's from the company that says, hey, we sent you a thing. It could be the wrong thing.
Okay.
If it is the wrong thing,
Dubious.
don't send it back to us. Take a picture of the wrong thing and send that to us. They sent me the right thing. But I have never had a company that said, and I was like, I was really hoping it was the wrong thing because I wanted to know what they sent me.
What was this thing off TikTok?
It's a Switch game holder.
Okay.
That looks like a Pokedex.
Okay, got it.
So it snaps open, and you snap it, it looks like a Pokedex. I'm like, cool. I have a few games I want to bring, and I don't want them to be damaged or lost because it's metal.
Man, I have so many of those Power A cases that Power A keeps sending me. If you need one, they hold games and
I've been on this business for a long time. I know exactly what's going on.
I've got ring lights. Do we ever get one?
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. I've got every plate dinners for you. Do we ever have them?
Nope.
No. I have all these things I get for free. Do we ever see a single one of them?
You just gotta ask.
We go to your house. We go to your house.
Look, I have. Please, every time you come over, please just take 5 things with you because I don't know where to put them.
You need to put a box out that's just like free to take.
Free to take cables.
This
just
sounds
put
like
a box with cables.
This sounds like I'm in a very privileged position of like, oh wow, these companies send you all these controllers and stuff, but at a certain point, your 20th controller is just taking up space. You're never going to use it.
You need a controller case.
No, I need
you
to
need
get
like a glass case with slots for controllers.
I need to get rid of stuff.
Well, yes. We all need to get rid of stuff, but that's not happening anytime soon. So in the meantime, get a controller, add things to store it. Plant them on the wall next to your skateboards.
Oh boy. That wall is so empty and like the skateboards are kind of, that's another topic. Speaking of junk and collecting things, the trading card game.
There you go.
Hey, there we go.
This is also out of nowhere news. I guess look, Samsung's worked with BTS and every other company under the sun, so it's not super surprising that they eventually got to Pokemon. This was out of the blue news. The Pokemon Company, this is off TheVerge.com. The Pokemon Company has acquired the company that prints the trading card game in the United States. So that company is called Millennium Print Group. And the Pokemon Company has been working with them since 2015. I don't know who was before that.
Doesn't matter.
So this would have been before. This would have been before Pokemon Go and Sun and Moon, and that's when they printed that big. It was XY Evolutions. It was like the biggest set they've ever printed because it was a throwback to Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, all that stuff. That's why until the Pokemon drought that started because of YouTubers in the pandemic, that's why XY Evolutions could be found as far as the eye could see. But now XY Evolutions is actually pretty rare because those same people who bought all those packs, they wanted to get the Charizards because XY Evolutions had like 6 different Charizards in it. So now XY Evolution is actually worth quite a bit. It says, quote here, with this acquisition, the Pokemon Company International aims to further develop the Millennium Print Group's capabilities, infrastructure, and scale to become the premier printer of trading cards, serving the broader industry. Millennium Print Group will continue to operate as a separate and autonomous organization, but will gain both investment and industry expertise from the Pokemon Company International. My only question is, does this mean the Pokemon cards will actually be centered and not?
Oh,
No.
please, that's out of anybody's control. No, the real question is what other things does this company print now?
I know. I have to look them up. And they're not millennial. Stop trying to
Millennium.
Stop
Millennium.
trying to take credit for it.
Millennium Falcon, right?
Like, are they? That's, yes, that is the name of a thing. Are they printing MTG cards?
That's Wizards of the Coast is printing Magic, isn't there?
Do you think Wizards of the Coast? Do you think Hasbro is printing?
Hasbro has their
stuff?
secret printing group.
Okay, whoever prints the Digimon cards.
Millennium Print Group is in North Carolina.
Yep.
A Park Communications company.
I don't know what that means.
It's just the name of their
That's
holding
the name
company.
of their holding company.
Although now they're a TPCI company.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're big. Ooh, look at that thing.
Okay, but here's
okay. It's all robots. I'm looking at the pictures. There's nobody who actually works here as robots, so it's never going to be centered. Because robots don't care. Robots don't play the game.
Have you seen the new Digimon cards? Have you felt them?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Why would I play Digimon?
Oh, I've got Digimon cards. I didn't want them, but I got them.
But they're like
Did
nice.
Cole throw that
No,
on you?
they're not nice.
They're like thick.
No.
Oh, they got like
Ooh,
a great
there's job openings.
gold printing.
No, and I've got you know what's really nice are the wait, what did I pull? It had gold foil on it. Oh, it's the Kamehameha. What's that dude? The
Omnimon?
Goku.
Goku? That's what Dragon Ball?
They got the good cards. Dragon Ball's got the good cards.
I don't know.
Digimon cards are toilet paper compared to the Dragon Ball cards.
No, you have to be out of your mind. The Digimon cards.
Have you ever touched a Dragon Ball card?
I have not.
Then I'm not out of my mind.
Yeah.
You are. Who has more TCG garbage than anyone in this room right now?
I have touched a Magic
They do
card.
a lot.
A Pokemon card. Look, the Japanese Pokemon cards
Yes.
are much, much better than the English Pokemon cards in quality. And I'm saying the Digimon cards are better than both of those.
You can't read them, though.
No, I don't think the Digimon cards are that great.
What?
Maybe
they're better than
this
the
means-
Magic.
Maybe this means the English cards will get better because now it's one company will be
Yeah.
able to set standards for both sides.
Well, they did say the Pokemon Company aims to further develop the print group
they
capabilities.
have a lot. This is a pretty good website. Also, they're hiring. They're hiring for a lot of people. So
Yeah, but you gotta live in North Carolina,
No.
dude.
I know.
Okay, last part of the press release says we aim to develop the Millennium
Would you stop trying to take credit for something that's not yours?
Falcon. We aim to develop the Millennium into a better, bigger. This is like a Kanye West song. All of a sudden, better, bigger, a state-of-the-art version of what already of their exceptional
read this?
organization, benefiting from not Pokemon but all of their customers. But does that mean they're printing for other card companies?
I think that's what they're
That's
indicating.
what they're indicating.
They can't just print for themselves. There's no
No,
money.
there's
in
not
that.
enough.
There's definitely plenty enough money in Pokemon cards.
Not enough for a company this size.
Now you got to diversify and be in the market in a couple of different areas.
Does it say on their website what else they're printing for?
No.
I can't.
Does it even say they're printing for Pokemon?
No.
No.
No. They definitely have photos of their facilities.
Okay.
It's all robots. It's no people. The one person that's in there was just put in for size and scale so you can see how big the printing is. They don't actually work there.
I find this hard to believe.
But look, that's a robot. I mean, this is... Dang. I kind of just want to go to this place.
I hate talking about like rumors and speculation
So
on the
don't.
show. So, but here we go.
They do foil stamping and embossing. We're getting more hollows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can't wait for the embossed Pokemon cards to come out.
Just wait.
So this rumor started happening around Tuesday. We're recording this on a Wednesday. Obviously, this will go up on the feed on Monday. But there's a bunch of people, bunch of Twitter accounts, bunch of websites reporting that Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire are coming to the Nintendo Switch. Did you hear about this?
No, like a virtual console type thing?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard
What?
nothing.
Why? Why are people saying this? Is there a reason?
Yes, there is actually a reason.
Is this
here.
another? Oh, they trademarked it.
No, it is not. But that's usually
I mean, that's usually what it is.
that's
We
usually
saw
the hole in
patent.
one right there. Okay, so this is off win.gg. Look, they all...
Yeah, good quality news source there.
What is win.gg?
Oh, what is Leatherman.games?
It's an incredible website where you get a wonderful game.
You've answered both questions.
Look, it's not time for the Squarespace ad yet. So they're saying, well, my other option was to just...
Twitter,
yeah, right. So... multiple Nintendo Switch data miners have uncovered evidence of a working Game Boy Advance emulator on the console. Files and assets related to a long list of games were uncovered, which include screenshots, standalone apps, and customized multiplayer support. Included in the files strongly suggest that the Gen 3 Pokemon titles, including Ruby, Sapphire, they also had Pokemon, the pinball version of it. I think it's just Pokemon Pinball.
Pokemon Pinball.
Yeah.
Ruby and Sapphire, though. I think it's called.
Pokemon Pinball, Ruby, and Sapphire.
They were found, I believe, Metroid.
I'm looking at your
Fusion was
I'm
also
looking
there.
at this garbage.
Details beyond the emulator's existence and the existence of the screenshots were scanned. It is likely they would be a part of Nintendo Switch Online. It is unclear whether it will be a basic service or the expansion pack service that the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games are on. It is also unknown whether online multiplayer will be supported or if the games will be supported locally. And then they talk about some other stuff. So they have the screenshots. And if you scroll down a little bit on this website, Greg, you can see the screenshots of Pokemon Pinball and what is that, like Battletoads or something? I don't know.
But it makes sense, right? They've already done NES. They've already done SNES. They've done Nintendo 64. Have they done... What's the one that came after the 64? The box.
GameCube.
The GameCube.
The box. Game box.
So they
love Game Box.
They haven't done GameCube yet, though.
No.
But did Game Boy Advance come out before GameCube?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be the next in line because they're not going to do a Game Boy because they already did that on the DS.
Yeah, they had. Remember, we had the founder pack on the DS, so we got all those Game Boy
Ambassadors.
Ambassador.
My favorite game.
The Ambassador program. Did I get the Ambassador? I don't think I did.
I mean, I can clearly see this being part of Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: who
Car Battler Joe.
wants to play original Ruby and Sapphire
Greg Leatherman.
when Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire are better games?
But you already have killed the 3DS.
You do not get to say that sentence in front of me.
To
ever.
quote Shakespeare,
Are
I've
you
come to
saying
bury
that
the
you would rather
3DS,
play
not to
the
praise it.
originals?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay,
they're
okay.
garbage. But you don't get to say anything praiseworthy about you cannot being you say that they are better games.
They are better games.
You have to say I have no opinion about those games and defer to me, the person that actually likes them.
I have played through all of both games. I did a normal playthrough in Ruby and a shiny badge quest in Sapphire.
What's missing is Emerald. If Emerald was in there, then I would hands down buy it to play Emerald.
Okay,
because
so
Emerald's
let's pretend
better
Let's
game.
pretend this is real for a second.
We're pretending that it's real.
Let's pretend that this rumor is real and Ruby and Sapphire are coming. Are they going to do the thing that they did with Gold and Silver on the Virtual Console, which was we released Gold and Silver, and then like 6 to 8 months later we released Crystal, which is the better version.
Yeah.
So like,
oh yeah.
if they're doing Ruby and Sapphire, do you just say, I don't need to play these right now. Also, I can play Omega Ruby. I will wait for Emerald, which is actually the better game.
I mean, it depends how much. If it's coming for free, like if it's a part of a package that you're already paying for, just play.
Yeah, it's not free, but you're paying what, $16 a year?
Yeah, if you're paying for $16.
No. The Game Pass thing is okay. So Nintendo Switch Online is what,
25,
and then
I don't know. I pay family plan for
family
people who
plan
aren't
is
related to me.
$35 a year.
I think I paid
Okay.
20.
And then if you want the expansion pass, that's another $25 a year. So you're
What's the
paying,
expansion pass?
That's how you play the Nintendo 64 games.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because that's what they hid the Animal Crossing thing behind.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, if it's included in the expansion pass, right? Like you're buying
Would you
it.
upgrade to the expansion pass to play these?
I'm already paying for the expansion pass.
You don't even know what you're paying for.
Nice, you got that right.
No.
I wouldn't either.
But the thing is, I still have my original copies. So that's like not a fair question to ask,
But
because I still have them.
That's unfair for me too because I also
have 'em,
own the
and
original copies.
I can go and play them, and I still do play them.
But you can't play them on your TV.
But I can't play them on my TV. Would I?
You gotta get that Game Boy Advance
Here's the
player.
thing: if I had any desire to buy the expansion pass, which I don't, but if I already had it, would I play Ruby and Sapphire when they came out? Absolutely. And even if Emerald was coming down the road, since I already bought the entrance, yeah, I would play them. But are those two games going to get me to buy the expansion pass? No. If Emerald was there, yes, I would buy the expansion pass for Emerald.
Yeah, I think I have to play them because the only thing I've played off the expansion pass is Dr. Mario. And if I have to die knowing that that's what I spent the money on, I'll be very unhappy.
You spent $25 on Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I think that's maybe a harder question for people who own these games, or even a person who owns like Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Stadium, because I don't think Pokemon Stadium's on the expansion pass, but Pokemon Snap is.
Yeah.
And that was not enough for me to be like, I want to give you an extra $25 to play this.
I will say, if Emerald happened and they released GameCube and Gale of Darkness and Coliseum happened, yeah, I would buy the expansion pass.
The second.
Well, no. So I think the reason you can't have Stadium is because there's no way to bring in unless they do a Pokemon Home to Stadium,
connection,
right?
home to Stadium connection.
Because Stadium's no good unless you can bring in your own Pokemon.
Well,
But that's good for the mini games.
this was the
That's not that
secondary
good.
question, because when we were talking about Virtual Console, by the way, Virtual Console has not existed for the Nintendo Switch. It's been 6 years. They don't use that.
No.
They're not gonna. Maybe one day they'll randomly bring back that branding, but that ship has sailed. But Virtual Console on the DS and the Wii and the Wii U. When Blue, Red, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal before Gold, Silver was even announced, when Blue, Red, Yellow were coming, and when Wheels was on the show, Wheels and I had constant arguments of whether this would have Virtual Console or Pokemon Bank support. And I was like, it seems very impossible for them to re-release these games without bank support, because that is the gimmick of Pokemon. And they didn't think it would have it, and it ended up having it. So the question is, if this rumor is true, who cares? If this rumor is true, would it have home support? And I would have to say, like, that would have to be a pretty big part of it to.
True. And will it have home support before Brilliant Diamond Shine?
Everything will have home for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. They would be foolish to not have home support. But the thing is there's not really a good reason to play these games. The good reason to play Red and Blue and Yellow was everything that you did there was stuck there, right? Like that was a dead end connection. And from then on, it's not been a dead end connection. So if you have those games, and I brought my stuff from Emerald up, all the way up. It's a not fun process, but you can do it. I think you have to have some sort of support to bring those in, because you've had it all along. And you don't want to have you want a way to kill the third market of a $90 Emerald copy sitting in some game shop when somebody can get it basically for $25, get the same experience, and upload the Pokemon without having to go through that process.
I would hope that putting Virtual Console versions of the game kills the high market price in shops. I don't know if that actually does, though. I guess a good example would be like Earthbound. Earthbound was like a $250 game, and then Earthbound came out on the Wii U, and now I believe you can play the Earthbound on Switch.
It's on the Switch.
It's on the Switch.
I don't know what a copy of Earthbound costs, but I also think the people going in to buy the $200 copy of Earthbound aren't buying to play it. I think they're buying to put it on the shelf.
Put on the shelf.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the only access is going to eBay to get a weird hack copy, or going to a game shop and hoping and paying that exorbitant price was the only option you had before. And these help kill that being the only option. And it can help kill things like hacked copies on eBay, where it's just a ROM that somebody threw on a cartridge and made it look good. And when you look at it, you're like, why is Pokemon spelled wrong?
Well, and people just want to play these old games that they've heard about, right?
Yeah. I mean, they are... Look, I bought Yellow because I was super excited to play Yellow again. And I got halfway through and went, oh, this is bad. I hate going back in time and playing these games. It is so rough.
Yeah, it is. I did the whole like shiny badge quest in Crystal when Crystal came out, and I actually had a really good time. I think
You had an audience.
I had an audience, but I think out of the Gen 1 and Gen 2 games, like Crystal's
great.
Crystal's the one that like holds up.
Yeah, Crystal's
Because
great.
They
Yellow is
have 5 games that they learned from.
Yeah, Yellow is good in the fact that it feels like it's the anime game because you are playing through the anime storyline. Like, Jesse and James show up, you get all the starters in the areas that they did in the anime. So Yellow is a fun game in the fact that if you ever watched the first season, you get to play it. And that's fun, but the mechanics are still so bad. And it's still so slow.
I think the reason people want to play the older games too, it's like what I think of like the Lord of the Rings, right? Somebody sees the movie now and they're like, well, I'm going to read that book.
Right.
And it's still a boring book, and there's been tremendous fantasy written that's much better over time, but they're still going to go back to that original book.
It's good to learn the origins of things.
Yeah, right.
It's good to play the origins.
And it's the same thing.
Things.
It's like I played my first Pokemon game being Sword and Shield. Hey, I want to know what the old Pokemon games were like.
I wouldn't know how bad it was. I want to know what it was like walking uphill both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Part of this rumor being thrown around of whether Ruby and Sapphire are coming to the Switch was I pulled an article from over a year ago where it talked about the Master Collection. Do you guys remember this? Do you remember the Master Collection?
Yeah. Whatever happened to the Master Collection?
Well, I reading this article a year later of like right now on countless fan forums, blogs, podcasts, fans of Pokemon truly believe that we will receive the same treatment that Super Mario was given. The rumors circulating have given the details that Nintendo will release the Master Collection for Pokemon, and it will be exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. There's good faith that the Master Collection will feature 3 separate generations of Pokemon, so fans can experience just like fans can experience. One version will feature Pokemon Red, Gold, and Ruby. The other one will feature Pokemon Blue, Silver, and Sapphire. And this was supposed to be $60. It was supposed to be like a box copy. The 2 versions. There was a bunch of a bunch of excitement around this rumor.
I mean, it's an exciting rumor.
I mean, sure. You can make a lot of things sound exciting when they're not real.
Yeah, so that was very anticipated, and that was a rumor that stuck around for quite a few months, and then it just kind of disappeared, and then like no one really asked about it. And then when I saw this Ruby and Sapphire rumor popping up, I was like, did we all forget about the Master Collection thing that happened?
We did, because it didn't manifest.
Because it was fake. It wasn't real.
Like I said, the GBA stuff on Switch sounds plausible. It sounds like it would happen.
I mean, Nintendo recycles.
They sure
And
do.
they like to make money off of things they already did. It's called Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
They've got me paying $30 a year for Dr. Mario.
Yeah. And another $35 maybe? Like, we need to look at your price structure.
To have a bunch of people who aren't related to me able to play Nintendo online and also play Dr. Mario or whatever else.
You make a lot of choices over there.
I make a lot of bad choices. You are correct.
All right, well, let's we got like 2 more news articles, and then we have Question of the Week and Pokemon Week, so let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we are back from our break. All right, Greg?
Yes.
Do you want to win a trip to Hawaii in celebration of Pokemon Go's Stuffle Community Day during the season of Alola?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I've already entered. I did the thing. I retweeted. I followed.
Retweeted.
I retweeted.
Tweeted.
I did all the things they asked me to.
Well, then I will probably lose because I only retweeted.
This is off PokemonGoLive.com. Grand prize winner will a trip to Hawaii. You'll get a tropical themed avatar outfit set. They'll probably plant some trees for you.
Just plant the trees.
Oh, please.
They already did the retweet thing. So
Yep.
it was like 10,000 retweets, you get a bonus lure module, 20,000 retweets, lucky egg, 30,000 retweets, premium battle pass. And I believe those will appear on Community Day in a box in the shop, which I'm sure Community Day was great. I'm sure we all had a
I have never had so many Stuffle in my life.
I have never been so alone in the Mall of America.
It's true.
Wandering those halls all by myself.
All by yourself, all by your lonesome, catching the little bear.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the news. They're just doing this this contest. It looks like just one grand prize winner. Oh, sorry. There's 100 runner-up winners. We'll get the tropical themed. What was that? Like $5, $6 or whatever in the shop. But like you could buy it right now.
You can buy it right now, but don't.
Oh yeah, because you might win.
Yeah, wait until you wait until you lose before you make that purchase.
Another Pokemon Go article of clothing for me not to wear.
I know.
That was it for our Pokemon Go news for the week. Actually, very light.
They're very light. They are spared my wrath another week.
Well, I want to say, if somebody I know wins the trip to Hawaii, let me know, and I'll go out there at the same time because, I got connections.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Which island is it?
Oh,
I don't think
even
it says.
say?
I don't think
it's
it
going to
says.
be Oahu. They didn't send nobody to Kauai.
I don't know any of these islands. Small bit of Café Mix news here.
It's now vertical.
If Café Mix was vertical, we'd be spending an hour on it. I'll tell you that much.
Well, we'd be in the future and in a fantasy
world.
Let
me say this. I don't like the Discord for this program. I don't go in there too often, but you got to check the podcast channel.
Everyone's like, that was very funny.
Yeah.
It was very good. I appreciate our future bliss.
Don't give our Discord any credit. They think they're funnier than they are. I'm the funny one.
That's true.
I mean, if you are setting the bar, then I am a $1 million comedian.
Pokemon Cafe Remix Toucanon. The Toucanon team event has began.
You know that's a Pokemon.
I thought he said Toucanon. Like they were making an official storyline.
Oh.
Like they're adding Cafe Mix into the official canon storyline of Pokemon because you said Toucanon so weird.
I thought you said Pokemon Cafe Remix 2.
I thought that first. And I'm like, what is he talking? Is this finally Advance Wars Pokemon?
The event has players collect points and stages to recruit Toucanon. This event runs until May 1st. There's also a special Weasel surf-up outfit that you can now buy. This will be another reminder that if you think Pokemon Go is money grabby, I want to introduce you to Cafe Mix.
Cafe Mix is money grab. Yeah, it is.
Which is worse, Cafe Mix or Masters EX?
Cafe Mix.
Cafe Mix. Far. Cafe Mix is worse than Masters EX. Masters EX has gotten
really, really good.
Really decent about giving away gems.
Yeah.
The riddle thing's actually pretty fun. I'm enjoying the riddle quests more than I thought I would, and a couple of them are a lot of them are easy. Oh, straight up, are like, okay, I just got to do this. Some of them they word them so weird. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Last bit of news off NintendoLife.com. The Pokemon Mystery Dungeon writer reflects on the IP's strengths and appeals. So they actually pull this from the company's website, which is Seafoam Gaming, but they just pull the good quotes here, so they kind of did the work for me. Quote, I was influenced by everyone on the staff. As you know, the appeal of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stories come from the things like their direction and their sound, just not their scenarios. When we were making things together, we were inspired by each other. I'm so thankful for all of our staff. The Pokemon Company also gave me a lot of advice. They always have great input on how to make each Pokemon appeal really shine, and the back and forth brought us some scenarios we have now. So many thoughts and influences are in each Pokemon. There's more, but that was the most generic paragraph I've ever read. For example...
What is this?
I don't even understand what you're trying to say.
This is the person who wrote the story to Mystery Dungeon.
Which Mystery Dungeon?
The DX one.
Oh.
The one that came out on Switch that everyone forgot about in about 3 days.
I played an hour.
I played the demo.
Bye.
Played the demo.
For example, Wigglytuff's line in Explorers, truly bad Pokemon don't really exist, is a line that I thought of and included in the story. But I think it was also a central idea for the Pokemon Company. If I had any writing advice, I'd say it's the first step is to find a good group of friends. As for my favorite scene, it's hard to pick a scene because I love them all. I guess if I had to pick, it would be the credits of the ending for the ending of Explorers. Meetings and partings are common themes of the series. When the development started, I thought of expressing those themes through the bubbles at the beginning and the end of the game. I was motivated to give every name that appeared in the staff roll at the end of the game like this. There were also difficult scenes, though, and I had to keep pushing programmers for the bubbles to move. People around me said that it was my magnum opus. Opus.
Yeah, that one.
And then he talks about like gates to infinity. It's so the person interviewed here wrote a lot of the dialogue for all of the Mystery Dungeon games and everything, but I don't know. I was hoping when I like saw the headline of this article and I went to the source and there was way more. It just, I don't know if like their hands were tied in what they were allowed to say, because it was very, very much like, I enjoyed working on the games. I like Pokemon. The Pokemon Company is nice. Thank you for your time. Like,
That's what you're gonna say.
That's funny. What do you want to work for them again?
Exactly.
You want to keep working in the business. You are going to give glowing treatments. You only get the good dirt when they are over it and they are burning the world down. Those people, you need to find them at the height of their anger, and then you get the dirt. Like when Will and I finally had enough, get us on a podcast to talk about this loser.
There are other podcasts out there that will want to hear from us.
but
The Harvest Season, I've heard, is a podcast.
you two weren't into the Mystery Dungeon games, right?
I played all of them. The only one I didn't finish was the Switch.
You finished Gates to Infinity?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that game was boring.
I thought that was the best one, wasn't it?
No.
People Explorers of the Skies.
Explorers of the Sky
okay.
is the best one. The only one I did not finish was the Switch one.
I think I don't know, maybe I don't know what is the turnoff for these games for me. I don't know if it's like when people go Explorers of the Sky, it has the best story and it's inspirational and it's incredible. Like all I remember is the coughing with the monocle and like I none of that really like grabbed me. And it's going to be the standard like, oh, you got to watch 6 episodes of the anime before it gets good, or you got to wait till you get to this part of the game before it gets good. But I think it's just the gameplay that turns me off.
Yeah. Well, it is the random.
I like random
dungeon set out and the random possibly catching other Pokemon part. Like there's not a lot of control once you're in the dungeon. That turns a lot of people off.
Yep.
You have very limited control over how you interact. You have very limited control over what happens. You can lose everything in a sudden monster room. You can lose people. Your friends can run away from you. You have to go collect them. Like you have to really enjoy that random. I don't know what layout is going in. It could be super easy floor or super hard floor. And if you do not enjoy the fact that you will find a shiny Pokemon and not be able to befriend it, and it will just leave. Like those are the frustrating parts of the game that you kind of need to find charming, or you hate those games.
Yep.
Do people who love Mystery Dungeon have they just never played Diablo? Because
right, but that's
but
why would you want to play
completely
Diablo?
different.
No, because they're both like
You don't get friends in Diablo. You get cows or death.
you can get friends.
You're confusing mechanics for like theme and atmosphere, right? I loved everything about the Mystery Dungeon games except for going into the dungeons and having to like figure out how hungry I was going to get and have the apples and no, thank you. But everything else was great.
I mean, okay, but Diablo and Mystery Dungeon are both dungeon crawlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you were like, what is the gameplay mechanic? They're both dungeon
They're
crawlers.
both dungeon crawlers, yes. If you're going to, they are vastly different games.
Is it a roguelike? Does it count as a roguelike? Because it's.
I mean, I guess it could technically count
because it resets.
It resets if you don't succeed,
and it's randomized.
And you can lose if you lose your stuff in there, and somebody has to go rescue it. Those games work great if you also have a community, because then you don't worry about passing out in the middle of a dungeon and losing everything because somebody can go get it who's better than you. You just have to like. I think the thing that turned me off the most is you can do everything possible to befriend Pokemon, and it's still a one random shot, and you get a chance, and it's hidden from you. There's not a lot you can do to fix it other than carry the friend bow and have blah 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 blah, and you get all the things. But it's still like I've gotten into this dungeon 7 times, and I still haven't befriended a Surskit, and it's maddening.
I know Pokemon Go. I'm home connectivity.
Right.
So.
But the stories are generally good. They're generally cute. Diablo's story is not cute.
No.
Well, I don't think anyone's playing Diablo for the story. Maybe somebody is, but Stuart sent in the Samsung Galaxy stuff from our
Thanks,
Slack
Stuart.
community, by the way. Question of the week.
Is the question of the week. Whoa.
I don't know what song that's supposed to be.
Me either. I'm not getting it.
This is from Brandon. What Pokemon did you not care about until you saw its shiny?
Oh, until I saw it shiny?
As you guys are thinking, I have a really just unrelated to the question, but it reminded me of the question, hence why I picked the question. I was at Easter with Irene's family and my niece. It's just well, it's not my sister. It's Irene's.
It's your niece.
Your
So my
niece-in-law.
niece.
It counts.
Yeah, my niece-in-law.
It's your niece-in-law.
I don't know how old she is. Maybe like 5, maybe 6. So I don't know.
Get it together. It's your family.
I was wearing my ISE hoodie, and she recognized the Pokeball in the S. I don't know if people know this, but when it says it's super effective, the S makes a Pokeball. She was like, "This is Pokemon," and I was like, "Whoa!" Like, that's a Pokeball. That's like
Yeah.
really cool. And I was like, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" And of course, I expected her to say Pikachu, and she said Eevee. And I was like, "Oh wow, nice, good choice.
That's a good
Eevee."
choice. It's from the one.
And I was playing Pokemon Go because it was that the Go Battle Day or whatever, and 2 to 10 battles get a bunch of experience. So I finished that, and she came over, and she was like, "Oh, Pokemon!" Like she recognized what it was, and then she was like, "Do you have an Eevee?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I showed her an Eevee with the like hat, and then I showed her the Eevee with the flowers, and she's like, "Oh, these are really pretty." And then I showed her a shiny Eevee, and she was like, "Oh, I really like this one," but like I didn't say it was shiny or anything. It was just like, this one has a hat, this one has flowers, this one's like silver. Then I showed her the whole Pokemon list in the Pokedex, and she was like pointing out ones she liked, and she was like, "I like Gardevoir." For some reason, she was like, "I like Tropius."
Gardevoir and Tropius are great.
A lot
Yeah,
of people
they're-
like Tropius.
It's got bananas.
She liked Mew, and then I would flip
Everybody likes
between the shiny version and the not shiny version, and every single time she picked the shiny, I didn't say like this one's more rare. I was just like, these are 2 different colors, and she picked the shiny
you
version
did
every
like
time.
if it was an eyeglass exam.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer? Mew
Better
1,
like this?
Mew 2.
Better like this.
So I just thought that was
Better like
interesting.
this. Okay, I have an answer.
Okay.
Heracross.
Oh, that's a good one. Heracross is a really good shiny.
When I realized the Heracross was pink, sold. Because I don't really care about Heracross. The design is whatever. The design is very, very, very buggy, which is not a favorite of mine. And if anybody asks, there's never been a mechanical that I've liked simply because of its shiny. That is not a selling point. I will never. It's not going to be like, ooh, it's colored better.
Will, your answer?
I find this question incredibly presumptive, and I'm like, I want to like put out an announcement. Stop making these presumptive questions. There is no Pokemon that I didn't like until I saw it shiny. I can't answer that question.
Okay, all right.
It's like I liked the Pokemon, and then it had this
Well, I
shiny,
think
and I
it's-
like that too.
For me, it's not that I didn't like it. It's that
There's no conversion factor. here for me.
whether or not I would actively want to hunt for it. Like, would I want to go into Legends Arceus and hunt for bleh. And I would hunt for the Argons, but like Heracross, I would pass, but I would hunt for a shiny Heracross.
I can't even
'cause-
think of a time where I've specifically looked up a shiny of a Pokemon other than like I caught the Pokemon and it was shiny. I was like, oh, I got the shiny one. Yay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Will, Pokemon of the week, and then we'll.
But do we have not a YouTube one?
Well, look, we're on time limit this week.
All right. So last week's
I
Pokemon.
didn't bring my notepad, so I'm in
You're
dark.
you're gonna get it. It's real easy. So last week's I specifically brought up Pokemon Legends Arceus, talked about alternate region forms, and that something is a particular line. What I implied was it's part of the evolution line that nobody particularly likes. Reference to I-70 in Ohio, it was irrelevant. And in basically what I said was in Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's the only one of that kind that got a regional form. And then I said it could be described as the Kleenex. The original was the Kleenex Pokemon, but the new form is like the letters you receive in your post box?
It's Kleenexmon.
There's no Kleenexmon. This isn't Digimon.
My heart wants to say Gudra,
You're very close.
but I forget what the other ones are.
Slagoo and Gumi.
So it's Slagoo.
I can never remember. I remember Gumi. I remember Gudra.
Because nobody likes the second evolutions. Nobody cares
Well,
about middle evolutions.
I care about some of them, but just not that one.
No.
When I saw that, I went, "Is that on a shell?"
Yeah.
And I went, "Why? It's worse."
But it is the only middle evolution
is.
in Legends Arceus that got an alternate form.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
That's what I said in the clue.
Yeah.
There.
So
That's what it was.
Slagoo's Pokedex entry in Moon contains an error. Its slime is referred to as it's just a typo. It's supposed to say mucus. They put an O in the word mucus.
Where?
It's the Canadian spelling, clearly.
Clearly.
Slagoo is currently the only Pokemon to evolve during a weather condition. Hisuian Slagoo shares the category with Shelmet. They're both known as the snail Pokemon. All right. What's next week?
Wait. Oh, wait. But the original Slagoo is the soft tissue Pokemon. That's why I said the Kleenex Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right,
it's called the soft tissue
soft
Pokemon?
tissue Pokemon.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I know. It could have been worse. All right, here we go. In Pokemon Black and White, one of the 8 gyms can potentially have a different gym leader, depending on which version of the game you are playing. Both of these gym leaders use the same 3 Pokemon. Out of these 3 Pokemon, 2 are of the same evolutionary line, and 1 stands out as a Pokemon that does not evolve at all or have a pre-evolution. While it is known as the Cave Pokemon, it can only be found in a tower in Pokemon Black and White. That's easy enough.
Yes.
All right. Well, we tried.
Chat out right there.
We tried something new this week. We were in the studio. So if you noticed or you're watching on YouTube, let us know how you feel about this compared to what you were watching. And if
You're missing my books behind me.
If you are listening to the audio version, hopefully it sounded normal and natural and like we didn't even skip a beat. You can follow Greg on Twitter at White Wing. You can follow me on Twitter at Dragging a Lake. Will on Twitter at Washing the Sink. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Shorter episode this week because Greg and I are out of town. Yeah, we're leaving. So
See us in PAX.
and then
wait, you can't because it's
No,
gone.
you've already
gone.
left.
It's gone. I will be out of
You
town.
saw us at PAX.
I'll be out of town next weekend too for a wedding, so we'll probably record early again. But I won't be like super. Well, I don't know. I could just put Greg and Will in charge.
Banger episode
I'm
coming
sure it'll
up.
be a banger episode. But thank you for listening. Thank you for making it to the end. This is another episode of the Pokemon Podcast, and we are
Super effective.
Super in studio, live in front of an audience of 1. Hi.